Hello everyone. I am filming this at night, which I haven't done for a while. Mainly because I hit my head earlier. I had a blinding headache, as you can imagine, so I feel a bit better now, so I'm going to do it now. But I was planning on doing it earlier, but my body basically gave me the middle finger, so that's normal. Right, there's two major events that's been going on YouTube, say, the last week. One I'll be covering in this video, and one I'll be covering in another video. I'm hoping to get this up tonight, which it's still technically Monday night here, but by the time I get it up here, it'll be early hours of Tuesday morning. But in America, it'll still be Monday night, because I'm in the UK, and I've got literally 43 minutes before it turns midnight, so... Also, jackets come back out because it's cold. Very cold. It's definitely winter here in the UK. Winter here in the UK is not a nice thing. When I say cold, I mean cold. So, the issue I'm going to talk about today is the Jacqueline Glenn Social Repose. The other issue I'm going to talk about, which will be Wednesday's video, is the Hello World Live scam. I'll go more into that. I've been putting together a playlist for that event specifically. I was doing that today, and that's when I saw that Social Repose had responded to Jacqueline Glenn. Now, I came across Social Repose through watching videos about Onision and Onision drama. Because like I say, I only watched Onision for a short period of time, and then I stopped watching because I really realised that I really didn't like him. So that's how I came to know Social Repose. With Jacqueline Glenn, it was some of her views on atheism that, although I'm pagan, do sort of resonate with me. When it comes to online relationships, it is a tricky situation to be in. Right. When Social Repose and Jacqueline Glenn got together, for a lot of people it seemed to be the perfect pairing. They were both atheists, they were both slightly damaged, they were both needing and in serious needs and in serious wants of holes in the chest and in their souls and in their hearts to be filled. And for a period of time, that is exactly what happened. And these words I'm gonna hate saying. When I get to them, I'm not going to get to them just yet. But Onision and several other people told Jacqueline that Richie, for Social Repose, has a history of cheating on his girlfriends. Which is true. He's never hidden away from that fact, that is true. Because one of the major dramas between Richie and Onision is the fact that when Onision was seeing Billy's friend is Isla, which is Richie's ex, and Isla was telling Greg Onision all lots of stuff about Richie and Social Repose. So, there was a whole drama with that. And everybody was saying, no, he's a cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater, things along those lines. Now, fast forward to this last week, the weekend, and these last couple of days. Jacqueline starts tweeting that she's leaving the tour, that she's leaving the UK, she's going home because she's an idiot and, you know, she's heartbroken and things like that. Everybody sat there thinking, what the fuck's going on? Because up until recently we all thought everything was fine, everything was happy and all that. And then she gets back to the States, she goes to stay with her dad, and she does a video. And the video is heart-wrenching to watch. When I say heart-wrenching, I mean heart-wrenching. It is horrid to watch. And you can feel it deep inside of you can feel the pain that she's going through. And she explains exactly what happened. That at first she went through his phone and she thought he was just texting this girl that apparently is one of his exes. And at first she didn't realise that something had actually happened, and she you know, challenged him on it. He said, yes, you know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, whatever, you know. He just sort of said, you know, it's not going to happen again type of thing. Then she checks his phone again and realises that it's not just nudes and flirty messages, that they'd actually done stuff while he was doing shows in other places, while he was while she was missing him, while she was at home in LA, and she was missing him, and she was wanting to be with him, and she was wanting to be near him. He was around. He was sleeping with this other woman, and he confronted him, and she's like, well, you know, this is going to ruin me, this is going to ruin the tour, this is just going to absolutely mess everything up. He didn't apologise, he didn't say I'm sorry, he didn't beg for forgiveness or anything. And he just basically said, you know, that he's a mess for whatever reason. And then she's like, I'm done. She flies back home, she's a mess. And her video, like I say, is heart-wrenching because she loves Richie so much that she is willing, the person she needs to fix the situation is the person that caused the situation, and she's going through all sorts of stuff at the minute. So then Richie does a video. I'll link both videos up in the iCard. And he's explaining, you know, that that he does have issues, but he doesn't believe in medication or counselling because he doesn't think they work. That the issues were there before Jacqueline, and that he thought that him and Jacqueline would fill those issues, but they didn't. And that his behaviour is indicative of behaviour he's done in the past, etc. And it's caused issues in other relationships, and so on and so forth. So he's basically saying, well, she knew I was damaged, she knew I was this, she knew I was that, type of thing. And he's basically saying, I'm damaged, and I know I'm damaged, but essentially there's nothing I can do about it. There always is. And then Greg stuck his oar in. Surprise, surprise. And he said, well, I have the text messages. I think I can go on to the text messages without affecting the camera. Right, images. I will pop these images in the end of the video because there's a lot. The first tweet has a history of cheating on girlfriends whenever he tours. He's on tour. Good luck. At Jacqueline Glenn, whenever you decide to apologise for not listening and being totally wrong, I'm happy to accept it. I warned you as a friend. I was right, so many said I was not. You defended a monster, cursed my name. Now have the decency to apologise. And somebody actually did apologise to him. And then he said, you were all warned repeatedly. You should have trusted the guy who spent a week with his ex, who knew him personally. Glad you see it now. And he said, people who defend abusers who bragged about abusing / cheating, etc., are proven wrong and still refuse to apologise for it. No hope for you. Jacqueline was warned. She mocked his ex-girlfriend. There's no proof of that. Video about what he put her through, and laughed and ran a campaign of hate against me. No, she responded to you when you started taking her videos out of context. Get it right, Greg. Jacqueline ignored all the clear warnings, lied about the implants having something to do with him, aka his liar who defended and aided a monster. Now, whether the implants were Jacqueline or Richie's idea is ridiculous, because it's been proven for the last 2 or 3 years that Jacqueline's always wanted bigger boobs. Jacqueline Clance made an entire video mocking the ex-girlfriend of the guy who cheated on her, deserves zero sympathy for being his new ex. And then there's this other thing that he did, which was last victim of her boyfriend lies for him, attacks people trying to help, is now the ex-girlfriend. You made the bed, lay in it. And he did these 10 points. Petty as fuck. Number 1, Onision warns you to avoid guy. 2, you ignore. 3, make hate videos about Onision with guy. No, they were responding to shit that you were saying about Jacqueline. 4, mock/laugh at guy's ex. 5, lie about implants having nothing to do with guy. 6, continue to demonise Onision, implying Onision just wants to date you. 7, find out guy cheated on you just like Onision warned. 8, you are now an ex and you are now the ex you previously mocked/laughed at. 9, congrats, you are now a single idiot, and Onision still thinks you are undateable. Just like he freaking told you. He's actually freaking honest, unlike you and your nasty ex. And then he also shared something else, said, you guys know I'm all a decent judge of character, so you know this social fraud he's not trash alone, Jacqueline is too, total fraud. And then he shared it, like I say, these I'll pop at the end of the video for you so you can look at them. And he says, you didn't believe me when I said this about Social Repose. You were proven wrong. Now I know with certainty she's almost as bad as he is when it comes to being honest. She defended him, sadistically went after his ex and has a history of serious plagiarism. You backed the wrong person last time. Don't do it again. Jacqueline is in the same boat as her ex, and they are both lies/frauds. Right. Jacqueline gave Social Repose, as did a lot of us, the benefit of the doubt, which is a dangerous thing to do. However, sometimes you have to take a chance. And for this to happen is one of the worst things that could happen, because Jacqueline has serious trust issues, and this is just going to make things worse. And whether that played into the fights, I don't know. There was other issues apparently, because apparently Richie likes his women with a bit more meat on, and Jacqueline's very slender. So she said that it was always an issue with them, because she didn't have the curves that he liked, and things like that. Now, he's saying that he technically should have left the relationship earlier, so that there wouldn't have been the amount of angst and pain that there actually was. Which is fair enough to say. But for Greg to go after somebody because he's cheated on his girlfriend, and for Greg to go after somebody for being a cheater and narcissistic, is hypocritical. Greg has cheated on Lainey, as we know of, at least once. There are probably other instances that we aren't aware of. We all know how badly Greg treats his exes, and he's now saying that Jacqueline and Social Repose are just as bad, when the friend of the ex he's actually talking about them attacking, well, the ex that he's accusing them of attacking, he's also attacked. And the friend, which is Greg's ex, he's attacked. you see what I mean? It's like Greg saying, you attacked Tyler. Yeah, well, so did you, motherfucker. You abused Tyler. And you didn't by calling her the names that you used to call her. And shall we even bring up the Billy situation? As we all know, everything that happened with the Billy situation, that was a mess. Where, because she smoked weed, which granted in some places is illegal, which especially in this country, it is illegal. Just because she smoked weed doesn't give you the right to be the moral judge of her. Smoking weed to me is a very, very minor crime. And if you know my educational background, you'll know that that's a big thing for me to say. For me, the side effects of cannabis compared to the benefits, while the jury is technically still out, to me there's more benefits than there is side effects, but for me there is a major side effect, which is the reason why I don't touch it, which is the smell. It makes me feel sick. Now, Greg went after Billy just for smoking weed, and the things he was saying was horrible, and he put all that out into the public, and he called Isla all sorts of names, which is the ex that he's saying Jacqueline and Richie abused and did horrible messages, videos. The only thing I can think of this being is when Isla and Richie split up, Isla did a video about the way he treated her. That he was narcissistic, that he was loads of things. Something called something like Dear Ex-Boyfriend or something. And when she uploaded that video, Richie did he called it a parody of what she said, basically agreeing with everything he said. And he basically did a video saying essentially what was said. And then when Jacqueline and Social Repose got into a relationship, Jacqueline did another parody video on the parody that he'd done. Now, I'm not saying everything Greg says about Social Repose is true. There are some things that Social Repose has done since day one that have irked me, but it's not at the level as some of the people that I refuse to watch. They are not at the level of the likes of Onision. I've never seen Richie post private text messages anywhere that have been between 3 or 4 consenting adults. I have never seen Richie post medical records about an ex just to spy people. That's all Greg. At the end of the day, Greg is trying to make all this about him, and he's trying to involve himself in the drama because he probably needs some more money to pay off the IRS. Now, the only problem is, Greg, a lot of us see past you now. A lot of us know that you're doing this because you want that drama, because you need that ad revenue. But the only problem is a lot of us aren't taking the bait. When I had the videos in the pictures in later of his Twitter, I'll either do it in picture form or I will do like a screen capture thing, and I will show you the tweets and some of the feedback Greg's getting on this. But Social Repose is probably more at fault in this than anybody else. He couldn't keep his dick in his pants. That's the be all and end all of it all. He couldn't keep his dick in his pants. He couldn't control his feelings and his wants and needs. And instead of evaluating the relationship within the relationship and then doing something about it if it wasn't working, he self-sabotaged himself. And this is going to come back and bite him in the ass majorly. He's already losing subscribers, and I'd probably go as far as to say he's lost at least several thousand by now. And it's it comes to something when you have to say that Onision was right. But the way that Onision is acting now is going to make things worse. He's acting worse than anybody who's exited a relationship I've ever seen. Now, not everybody has a loving relationship that's successful. Having a public relationship is... It doesn't matter whether you have a public relationship or not. Having a relationship online, a lot of people do it quite successfully. Look at Philip DeFranco and his wife. They've just had their second child and they are still happy. Look at Matthias and Amanda. Still look pretty happy to me. Look at Brian and Sarah. Still look pretty happy to me. And they're not the only ones. H3H3. They're still happy. Jenna and Julian, they've been together over 4 years, they're still happy. Yeah, there are other relationships that have been very public, such as Colleen and Josh, that have broken up. That happens, unfortunately. And it's one of those things that, as a matter of... When Isla and Rich were together, they were very public. And when they split up, it was a very public split up, obviously. Then when the whole issue with Greg and the whole... when Greg got involved, made matters worse. And Richie said he'd never have a public relationship again, but he did. Shane's done the same thing. Unfortunately, when you're a YouTuber, sometimes it's uninevitable. Especially when you're at the level of people like Onision or Social Repose or Jacqueline Glenn of Shane Dawson. You can't help but be in somebody's vlogs, but be in somebody's videos. And relationships don't always work, and they don't always work for numerous reasons. I've never cheated. I've been the person somebody cheated on their partner with, but I've never cheated. In other words, I've been the side bitch, not the main bitch. But with my husband, neither of us ever cheated. And I know that for a fact. Now, and that's saying something, considering that there's the stigma that all bisexual people cheat. No, we don't. I've been faithful to my husband now for 8 years. Because this time 8 years we were getting to the point we were in a relationship. So we've been together for like near enough 8 years, and I've not once cheated on him, and I've not once thought about it. Yeah, there are times I fantasise about a particular actor. I might fantasise about a particular YouTuber, but that's it. He does the same. There's some YouTubers he absolutely does. It happens. But neither of us are going to go out and cheat, because that's not within our realm or within our orbit that we're going to do something stupid like that. It's not within our comfort zone for that to happen. And for this to happen to somebody like Jacqueline, to me, is heartbreaking. And it hurts. I hurt for her. And unfortunately, it's going to take her a while to get over it. So, dear Jacqueline, you have a lot of people inside. And a lot of us are probably pretty much going to hate Richie for the future, for the forthcoming future. While I love Richie's music, not so keen on the person. But oh well. But yeah, Greg, keep your nose out. It's got nothing to do with you. I completely agree with Repsy on almost everything he said. I'll leave that video up in the end card as well. But at the end of the day, Greg, back off. It's got fuck all to do with you. Richie, you might not agree with therapy or pharmaceuticals, but you need to find a decent therapist, because you're going to need it. The way you're going on about life, and I'm older than you, so I can say this, Hell, I'm older than all three of you, well, not all put together. I'm not that old. But I'm older than all three of you. And the people that I've been the side bitch to have always ended up coming a cropper. And they've always ended up losing the one thing that they didn't want to lose. Now, whether or not you really truly wanted to be in this relationship is yet to be seen. However, you're going to have to grow up, and you're going to have to think about what's going on in your head, because the way you're living now is no way of living. The way you're living now is worthless. You are not a human being, you're a walking robot. And I find it absolutely shocking that you have it in your head that this relationship was going to fix everything, when the issues that are within you are more deep-seated than that. So, and Jacqueline, I think you've got the vast majority of the internet on your side. Ignore Greg, he's not worth it. He really isn't worth it. He really isn't worth it. He's a nasty piece of work, and you know that. And those that think that Greg was the good guy in all this, no, he wasn't. Yes, he might have been right in this instance, but that doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, just because he was right doesn't mean that he is allowed to be given free rein of anything that he wants to do. While this instance is correct, doesn't mean that he's the be-all and end-all, or have moral superiority in this, because we all know that he doesn't. He's one of the biggest cheaters on YouTube, and that is saying something. For him to act like the moral superior person in all of this is beyond irreprehensible. And for him to act like he's always in the right is irrational. It is completely irrational. While there are the odd occasional thing that he says that I do agree with, i.e. the video that he's not long since done on Freely, doesn't mean I agree with him on everything, and this time, while he was right, doesn't mean that he has moral superiority. So, with that being said, I'm going to upload this video and edit it and do the other bits I need to do for it. And I will probably record Wednesday's video tomorrow, because I need to finesse bits of the script for that video. And I'll hopefully be able to get that done ready for you Wednesday. I'm recording it tomorrow because we've got the workman coming on Wednesday, so it's going to be pandemonium, but I should still be able to edit on Wednesday, so well, we shall see. Anyway, stay safe, be good, have fun. I will see you probably Wednesday, probably Friday. I don't know if there'll be a weekend video, I'm not sure yet. There is a video that I currently have privated that will be going live at some point, just not sure when, which is a doozy. So, stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you soon. Right, hello everyone. I'm just jumping on this bit, like I said in the video, to go through the tweets that have been going around. Right, we'll start with Onision. I've had to cut off the top of his banner because there's a picture in there that is not YouTube friendly, so that's why it's there. Right, we'll go down. Right. So here's the start of it. Has a history of cheating on girlfriends. When he tours, is on tour. Good luck. At Jacqueline Glenn, whenever you decide to apologise for not listening and being totally wrong, I'm happy to accept it. I warned you as a friend, and if you... I'm trying to view the responses. So, and these are some of the friends. These are some of the responses he's got, where it's like, shut the F up. Maybe right, Greg, but you've never been her friend. Friends don't kick each other while they're down. They help them back up. Well, this is law even for you, etc. This isn't that. It is that on all of them. Next one. I was right. So many of you said I was not. You did offend a monster and curse my name. If you had any decency, apologise. This is very hypocritical, Greg, considering your history with Shiloh, your history with Billy, and your history with women in general. Then Natalie says, I'm going to say I'm sorry because I did hate you because you were so mean to Richie and I didn't realise how horrible he was. I'm sorry. Which is fine. She's allowed to apologise. That's up to her. He says, you were all warned repeatedly. You should have trusted the guy who spent a week with his ex. The same ex he's abused himself and called every name under the sun. You knew him who knew him personally. Glad you see it now. And there's this video. Let's just quickly jump onto it.
Okay, first off, elephant in the room.
This is a video that Shyla did, where not Shyla. This is Isla, Richie's ex, and this is the video I mentioned where she says certain things about Richie in the video, and then he does a parody of this. Now, for some people who never listen to me, everyone else, apologies please, or whatever. People who defend abusers who bragged about abusing/cheating, etc., have been proven wrong, but still refuse to apologise. No hope for you. This is coming from the same person who's bragged that he was sleeping with people while married, and this is the same person who does the worst possible things to people. Really, Greg? Then somebody says, but don't go on a rampage because it's not about you. It's about the pain Jacqueline's going through and how we can help her. Jacqueline was warned. She mocked his ex-girlfriend's video about what he put her through and laughed and ran a campaign of hate against me. Right, first of all, she didn't mock the ex-girlfriend's video. She was mocking Richie's video, which Richie did with the backing of Isla. And it wasn't a hate campaign against you because they didn't start speaking up about you until you started sharing information that you shouldn't have done, information you got off Isla about her relationship with Social Repose that you should not have put all over the internet, but you did. Jacqueline was ignored all clear warnings, lied about the ambulance having something to do with him, aka is a liar, / who defended / aided a monster. Jacqueline Glenn has made an entire video mocking the ex-girlfriend of the guy who cheated on her. She deserves... No, it was a parody video of a parody video, Greg. And then these are the 9 points that I mentioned in the video. I was right. Be honest about facts that are in front of you. Enjoy the results of you prioritising your ego over the truth. And this is the one where it says back to the wrong person last time, etc. And there's stuff about Q&A. It says friends, quantity over quality. Quality over quantity. Very true. Now, Social Repose's thing on this whole thing going on. The only tweets he's made, I'm not sure if some have been taken down. He says, there's one here. I'm going to sleep. Wake me up in a couple of years when I'm ready to have my shit sorted out. Response coming in 2 hours because I'm in the UK. That's the upload time. Wi-Fi isn't great. And then the video that he did, and then his pinned tweet is still the Empress video. And then there's Jacqueline Glenn. I'm a video, last happy vlog. I will never be able to trust anyone anymore. So you can see the heart-wrenching Don't know why it said I was still following him, because I wasn't. Stupid thing. Staying with family for a few days. This is how much pain she's in, and Greg is basically pushing the buttons as per usual. We'll go on to Social Repose's social blade for the moment, and if you look here, in fact, I will zoom in on this. Right. If you look here, on the 5th he went down 4,777. Yesterday he went down 11,753. I don't know how many it's going to be today, because here in the UK today's only just begun. So when somebody like old Greg is proven right, it is the one thing you don't want to do. Granted, we didn't see this coming. None of us did, except for Social Repose and the person he was cheating on with, who he was cheating on Jacqueline with. And I also feel for the guy in this. There's the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend that Richie's cheated on with. He's in a relationship with another guy, and he's been cheated on. So, anyway. This is just an added bit for the other video where I show you the actual tweets in situ, so you can see them, and you can see that I haven't doctored them in any way. If you do want me to do a video of the actual screen grabs that I have, I will happy to do so. Just let me know. But with a little bit of luck, this will start. Hopefully, Jacqueline can recover from this, but we shall see. She's in auto pain at the minute, and I can't blame her. Anyway, I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.